Hi everyone, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your May 2020 general readings. We're looking at the first half of May from the 1st to the 15th. Welcome to everyone. Thanks for being here today. I hope everyone is, as I have been saying a lot these days, staying safe and healthy and as sane as possible in these, kind of uncertain, restrictive, not knowing kind of when and how things are going to play out times. So thanks for taking the time to be here today. So this reading is for the air sign of Gemini, our beloved twins, for the first half of May, the first 2 weeks. That's Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising, if your Venus is in Gemini, or if you're cross watching for a Gemini as well. It all applies for those of you for whom it resonates. Watch all of your signs if you know them, Sun, Moon, Rising, Gemini, because it can be helpful. It can bring an additional clarification. General readings always, of course, resonate a little differently for everyone. If these readings do resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something or reach out for a personal reading or information on a personal reading, just click on the description link below for more info and contact details. Click on that little arrow that pulls down information. You'll see my email address there, Maggie, the number one McGuire at gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. I can usually respond to initial inquiries within the same day or the first 24 hours. And as I do readings full time, scheduling personal readings is pretty timely too. I'm pretty diligent at working with everyone's schedules and mine to get readings out to you or scheduled with you as quickly as possible. So I look forward to hearing from those of you who are interested. Okay, Gemini, let's see what the first 2 weeks of May looks like for you. I am using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. Gemini. All right, Gemini, we begin with the Six of Cups, maybe a little nostalgia, reminiscing. The Queen of Wands, maybe a fire sign individual, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. We have the Moon, followed by the Three of Wands. It's almost a classical combination of cards, Gemini, for, when is it all going to get better? When am I going to start seeing things happening again? When is there going to be movement again? The moon kind of makes things shadowy and not so clear and a little fearful, you know. From the bottom of the deck, overall energy and focus for the first half of May is the King of Coins. So the King of Coins, he's matured, grown, learned, from the page to the knight to the king. So this is somebody who's standing on top of. He is in full balance and mastery and harmony with the stability in his life, because coins is governed by the elements of earth. It's often about the physical structure of our day-to-day life: money, finances, resources, assets, property, long-term relationships, the long historical connections we have with people. It's about what makes us feel safe, stable, and gives us a sense of continuity, particularly in the day-to-day structure of our life. So the King of Coins, he's worked hard to get to where he's at, and he's at a place of comfortable stability in his life. He likes good things around him. He's worked hard for those, generous, sincere. This may be someone for you, Gemini, that is figuring as prominent or influential in your life in the first half of May. It could be that some of you are in a pretty good, stable place in May, in the first half of May. Um, let's clarify that really quickly before we move on. Clarify the King of Coins. And it could be that for some of you, your overall focus and energy for the first half of May is on your physical stability and security. Okay. We have the Queen of Coins, and right behind that, strength. So it might be you as a couple who's very solid, stable, secure, strength, working hard to kind of maintain that. It's about facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, wrestling with your demons, bad habits. But it's about strength. I feel like some of you, I mean, you might have some concerns about your future stability, but I feel like most of you are in a pretty good Pretty good stable place. Now, for some of you, because we have the Queen and King of Coins, obviously a well-matched couple, and there's strength with that. It might be that you're needing to invest more strength. You know, the Queen and King of Coins is a couple. They're a natural, well-matched couple. It could be that what's figuring strongly for you as a focus the first half of May is your partnership with another person. You know, you may be wondering when things are going to get back to normal, but you still have this kind of stability and you're working hard on maintaining strength around that. Some of you, it may be a couple outside of yourself, like parents or, you know, uh, I mean, it could be a mother and a father energy. It might be that you have some concerns about that, although I'm not really feeling particularly attached about that. I feel like whether it's yourself or you're in a partnership or couple, there's a lot of stability here. For some of you, it might be that this couple, whether they're your parents or not, might be external to you, but they might be providing you with a lot of physical and material and emotional support and stability, particularly it might be actual money or resources or something of that sort, because there's strength emanating from them and around them. So it's a very positive energy, whether it's yourself, your finances, your parents, somebody who's kind of helping you maintain strength here. Overall, it's a decent reading. It's just, and I actually don't feel like there's anything too significant happening, Gemini, in the first half of May for you. There's more of a sense of kind of nostalgia, daydreaming, feeling kind of wistful, waiting, patience. When is this going to play out? You know, you might be waiting for something specifically. It might have something to do with your money or your resources, or just about your family in general, or getting back together with people, getting back into the flow of things. Because we have the Six of Cups, which is a card strongly associated with historical connections, childhood, family, friends and family, long-term relationships, the past, childhood, that nostalgia we have of looking at things through rose-colored glasses, the way things used to be back in the day, kind of daydreaming about that, maybe missing it a bit. Underneath that, we have the Queen of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, very dynamic, action-oriented, charismatic energy and individual. You might be reminiscing about someone from your past. You might be reconnecting with someone from your past. I know that's happened quite a bit with people in the pandemic, reconnecting back with people from the past, regardless of what that connection is. Some of you, it just might be, kind of daydreaming when you're going to get back into the flow of things, because the Queen of Wands, if it's not a person external to yourself, she is a very, and like, you know, other kings and queens, she's at the top of her suit. This is a very dynamic, assertive, aggressive, go getter, on top of everything, knows how to handle everything, good leader, good delegator, charismatic, knows how to get it done. Some of you, this just might be energetic energy here. You're just kind of, you know, like this person here. When am I going to be able to get back to normal? When am I going to be able to get back into this fire energy and kind of move forward? Even though right now there's stability in your life, a pretty fair amount of stability in your life. Again, whether it comes from you specifically or outside help. Some of you may be reminiscing about someone from the past or reconnecting there. I don't feel like there's anything specifically great or specifically bad about this energy. You're just kind of, oh yeah, remember when and all of that, and when's it going to get back to normal? So then we have the moon and the three of wands. Same kind of energy. It's like, the moon is not so clear. The moon sheds light, the sun sheds light, but the moon sheds a different kind of light than the sun does. When the sun comes out, it illuminates everything. You can see everything, it uplifts everything. When the moon sheds its light, it's kind of a thin, watery sort of light. There's a lot of shadowy corners and hidden recesses and nooks, and you don't know what's back in there. You might have these, unrealistic fears, or the thing that's, you can see as realistic and doable, that tree in the back of your backyard, that old tree. Um, Under the light of the moon, it can look like a monster or a bear, so it can represent hidden or unrealistic fears coming in. But, things are not so clear. They're kind of fuzzy. Well, what's that about? Well, the Three of Wands. This is, beginning to see movement forward, beginning to see things manifesting, waiting for your ships to come in and feeling positive about what they're going to bring when they do, but kind of a patient just state of waiting. When are things, going to get back to normal? For a few of you, it might be that this Queen of Wands is a specific person in your life that maybe you had reconnected with prior to, everything being shut down because of the pandemic. And maybe this is somebody that you've reconnected with, whether it's romantic or otherwise. There's a historical connection and a past there. But you can't quite maybe connect physically, or you can't quite come together yet because of everything that's happening right now. And so you're kind of like, okay, remember when? And we have these plans, and when is it going to come together? And when am I going to start seeing this movement forward? You know, Basically, regardless of how the details and specifics of this play out, Gemini, because it's a general reading, it's going to mean different things to different people. It's not bad. It looks like you're in a stable place. You're thinking about a person, a thing, a situation, like, remember back when, and we have these plans, and when are we going to get back to normal, and when am I going to start seeing this move forward again? It's unclear right now, just because things are, fluid and changing, and what you may hear as to how the plan's going to go last week is all of a sudden changed now, and it's probably going to change next week. When are things going to open up, and how, and in what, at what rate, and stuff. So let's clarify this moon card if we can. The Hanging Man. There's a few cards I've been pulling a lot for the last couple of months. The Hanging Man, the Tower, the Hermit, the Four of Swords. The Hanging Man, watching things play out, not taking action yet. Sometimes that can feel like you're in stasis and limbo. You're learning new things, getting a new perspective, but often that's changing and fluid, and there's no movement yet. There's no actual thing to do yet. So that's clarifying the moon. So, yeah, there's a sense of uncertainty of watching things play out, listening to the information, listening to it change, not being able to take that action yet and see, this thing begin to move again, whatever this thing is. And for some of you, it might be a specific thing, a specific job, a specific relationship, or it may just be, when are we just going to kind of get back to the flow of things? So just kind of hanging there, watching, waiting, seeing things. Let's clarify the Six of Cups, this sort of daydreaming, thinking about the past. What's the Six of Cups about? The Hermit, right? How many of us have been going through this off and on? Thinking about this, thinking about the past, thinking about the way it used to be, thinking about this person, because we're in hermit mode. We have been in hermit mode, lots of time in our head. But like everything, it has its cycles, so it can't stay like this forever. Let's just take a peek, which I have been doing for some of the signs. Let's just take a peek into the immediate future, maybe the last half of May. I mean, in a couple weeks, I'll be doing the May mid-month readings, but let's just take a little sneak peek, as I call it. Because I'm seeing for a lot of the signs that there is more movement and more results and more things kind of coming through in the last part of May and the first part of June. So all my electronic gizmos are beeping and buzzing at me. All right, let's take a look at just a real quick peek into the immediate future. One, the world ending, completion. Here's another one. Nine of Cups. Ooh, nice. Okay, a little sneak peek into the immediate future. We have the world, final endings, new beginnings, preparing for the next stage. Because if this is about how, coronavirus is affecting us, I don't think it's going to be at a complete end because these things have their cycle and there's things we have to do. But it's also about reaching the end of a particularly important chapter or phase and preparing for the next one. And it's usually, especially in the upright position, a very positive card. It's the last major arcana card. So there's completion and preparing for the next stage. It's right around the corner. And the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, abundance, overflowing abundance. So it's not a bad reading, Gemini. I mean, it's not, it's like kind of even. It's, maybe spending some time being a little nostalgic, a little wistful, waiting for things to get back to whatever, well, not get back, whatever the new normal is going to be. When perhaps something some of you were working on or have been working on, whether it's a job or a relationship, when are we going to start to be able to have freedom of movement to move forward on this thing? But I don't see, but it's not, there's nothing like specifically negative or really challenging showing up other than kind of getting through this, you know, this, and we all have been feeling it, the moon, the hanging man, the hermit, on and on and on. It's coming. It's not too far away. So, Gemini, that is your reading for the first half of May. I hope that you found it helpful and useful. Again, if you'd like to reach out for a personal reading or information on that, just click on the little arrow down below that pulls down information, the description link. Email me directly at Maggie, the number one McGuire at gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the May mid-month readings. Until then, as always, I wish you much joy, peace, love, health, and safety, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.